Um, it was more. I really had the feeling that I had to move on my own again.
Yeah,
Like,
like school.
yeah, yeah, like drop out
Yeah,
for something bigger to
bigger.
happen. And I learned a lot while being signed to a major label because I always had this mind state. So I was always involved in
Yeah,
all the segments of making the song till having it on
the
Spotify or
whole
YouTube.
process. I think that's
Yeah,
very important because nowadays a lot of artists want to say I'm an independent artist because it sounds cool,
yeah, but it's not.
but it's not because it's
It's
hard.
stressful.
I can
Yeah,
imagine, and it's if you have it can only be something if you have the vision,
exactly.
right? And not
Yeah,
because it sounds cool.
yeah. If you
Yeah,
want to go broke,
which is definitely going to happen
which is
in the
happening,
beginning.
which is happening, but if you can see the bigger picture,
Yeah,
as you said, the vision, then
it
then
should.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. Like, um,
it's part of it.
it's part of it. Like, you can always go to your mom and eat there.
It's true.
If you have no-
Even this morning, like I said this to the girls this morning, yo, you should have seen me this morning. I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm,
I had to rent a bus 7 o'clock in the morning to put this furniture in the bus. I drove it myself.
Wow.
A van. I drove it myself, and I was just like, Ashlee, the intention is right. As long as the
Exactly.
intention is right, you know why you're doing this for.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's always very important. And if you have that, I believe that it should.
Yeah.
It has to happen. That's the law.
I
Right?
think, yeah, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be amazed if like in 2 years you have your own. I see you having your own program. Like,
Speaking it to
yeah, man.
existence.
Ashlee's gonna be the new Oprah.
I'm going to receive it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
If I say things, it always comes out. So
you. You grew up in the Belmer,
yeah,
a place where I also grew up.
yeah, yeah.
Gein, to be specific,
Yeah.
where did you grow up?
So I was born in Eefting.
Eefting.
Yeah, yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
okay, this is funny, but to me, Eefting is really the Belmer.
Duh.
It was
The
it
gutter.
It was like, how was it growing up in Eefting?
It was epic. It was like I was a kid, so I lived there till my 10th.
Okay.
It
You
was
still live in the Belmer?
no, I live in Amsterdam Oost now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was great because as a kid you're so naive to everything which is happening. So there was this feeling, there was this world. It was a world, and I recently been reminiscing a lot to those times, like going to play football at this court, and you see all these guys with their scooters, like doing wheelies and stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing addicts in the
Especially there,
a lot of
right?
yeah a
'Cause
lot
it
of
was, how do you call, like a flat?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how you say it in English too. So there were like a lot of junkies.
yeah, there were a lot of
Homeless
people,
people.
homeless people doing heroin and those stuff. But I remember as a kid I was just like, yeah. So I would, there was a staircase which I lived at the first floor. So there was a staircase which you could get really easy access to get outside to
Yeah.
the football field. But there were a lot of addicts in the
And you weren't
staircase.
scared?
No, it's like you know.
Hey, that
but,
is crazy because
yeah,
that was for you normal,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Growing up there, and for me, when I talk about Gein in the Belmer,
Yeah.
Amsterdam Southeast, people are like, "Well, you don't really live in the Belmer." Like, I do, but Gein is really. I feel like it was so disconnected from.
yeah, definitely.
rest,
When
you
I moved
know?
to Gein, that was different.
But you've lived in Gein before.
No. When I
Oh.
moved after
When you
18,
moved
yeah,
from.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
When I went to Gein, it was hard. It was hard for me to connect
Yeah.
as the way I connected to Eefting.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Because it's very, very.
It feels like like you're close to like a farm, like
Exactly.
yeah, it's so outside of the
Yeah.
city. That's how it looks like.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
And in Eefting, it's so the Bijlmer was so alive.
You were in the heart of
Exactly.
Amsterdam Southeast, yeah.
But I got some very good friends from Gein, and we weren't like the kids who were outside. We were more like in the house, like on our laptops, on Hypebeast, or
Oh, really?
making beats. That's where
Back
it all
in the
started.
days
Yeah,
already, yeah.
And we had our own blog, the new originals.blogspot.
Oh.
So
Oh, you were also okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we were more in Gein. I really since it took some time for me to find friends there because I still had all my friends from the Bijlmer.
Yeah.
So I was still mentally connected to that area, which caused me to be this kind of, not a lone wolf, but I was just moving on myself.
Yeah.
I was moving by myself.
Maybe that's the reason why you find it so easy to tap into, like you said, you have friends that are into tech and this. It's easy for you to.
I think so. Because that was in my high school era. So yeah, but Gein is dope as well. Like
it's dope, it is.
Because you're from Gein.
I'm from Gein, so I was born and raised in Gein.
How was it to be born there?
I really loved Gein because it was very quiet.
Yeah.
And I was always playing outside. It was a very safe space to be.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, when I was like in Gansenhoef or Eefting and those places, I would feel scared, like, which is weird, right? Because people say Amsterdam Southeast, back in the days, of course, it was like the hood and everything.
Yeah.
I could not relate until I maybe would go to Gansenhoef and then feel like, oh yeah, this is not my zone.
Yeah.
Even though I was also living in the Bijlmer.
Yeah.
But I never really grew up in Amsterdam Southeast because I only went to school, like my primary school in Gein, and then I went to the city to go to school. So in Zuid, Amsterdam.
Which school did you went to? High school?
Zweling College. That was my school. I went to Zweling College.
Yeah.
That was my high school. So I always like grew up in a city. And I think at the age of 19, when I started doing styling workshops, that was in Gansenhoef. So that's when I really started like connecting with the people from Amsterdam Southeast.
Dope.
Yeah. So, yeah. But okay, so how did that actually influence you to like with your music now? Because you rap in Dutch. Why and yeah.
Why? I don't know why.
It's just natural.
Yeah, very natural. I didn't felt the confidence in my English yet.
I do think you make Dutch sound so cool. Like
yeah, because I use English words in my songs as well. And I'm very conscious of Dutch words which are corny.
Yeah.
So I try to sauce it up. Yeah, like the Chamo song. It aren't like it's not a Dutch word.
Yeah, Chamos is it?
It's Venezuelan or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really, like I'm so bad. Like even when I travel, sometimes I'm like, where am I going? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what do you think about the Dutch hip hop scene now?
Yeah, it's very vibrant. Like
because it's really big now. Like I
big.
feel like even people like back in the days we didn't listen to Dutch music. We used to listen to American music.
Exactly.
Now like Dutch music is getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, how do you feel like you fit in? Because there's a wave of just like making hit songs and then you're not like focused on hits.
No.
Right?
No.
So how do you see your music in this?
I think we're right now in a space where a lot of money is being made as well by you could call them hits.
Because look at the numbers and the streamings nowadays,
yeah,
right?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even for myself to realize that you have songs which have millions of plays, it's still it's weird. But in everything we do, whenever I create music with the people I create with, it's the intention is to make the best music as possible. So I'm just really trying to put in the work to make the best music as possible, and if that becomes a hit, then I take it. But I never go to the studio with the intention of we're gonna make a hit. It's like we're gonna make a song which is going to touch someone. That's more.
And I think that will last longer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It has more value.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, in that way, that's how we created my album as well.
I think for next year.
I think by I can't say when, but by the time this will be online, my album will be online.
Really? Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Because I think you already did at the event.
Yeah.
Can you remember?
Oh yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about the album? What can we expect?
My album is really it's like this self-reflection moment of, I think, from me being born to now, and just the way I look at things. I'm just giving people a more clear view of how I view things, because as you said, people might not know what to expect when I enter a room. It's like they can't really place me in a box. So with this album, I really went deeper into myself and how can I say things pure, in a more pure way, so that people will understand how I look at being successful.
Your whole mindset.
Yeah, stuff with in your relationship, stuff with your parents, where you came from, where you want to go to. So it's very I'm being very honest for the first time. Vulnerable, definitely. Like, there's this song on my album, and it's like about me and my girlfriend, but I've never went that deep in a song because I don't know why, but subconsciously I think I was scared to as a guy to
I was scared to like for people to think that you're soft.
Exactly. But I noticed that if I show that I'm soft, or not soft, but if I show that I'm vulnerable, there must have been there. It compensates with a lot of confidence to reach that, to take away all the exactly.
I agree. I agree, because if I have to like take my dad for an example, my dad is a very just like I hate the word soft, but he shows his emotional side.
Dope.
And I love that, because when my parents divorced, my mom moved to New York. So sick. I grew up with my dad raised me and my sisters when I was like 18.
Okay.
17, 18. And normally when parents divorce, you hear that the dad leaves. Right?
Yeah.
So me and my mom were still in contact. Like, my mom is my everything. But she moved because she also said that she wanted to be the best mom she could ever be. And in the state that she was in at that moment, it wasn't healthy for her to be around.
Okay.
So she had to like go away. So she explained it to me later, and I was just like, I respect her for that. But what I didn't realize is that my mom now leaving makes my dad my mom and my dad.
Yeah, sick. Because you always hear the opposite.
You always hear the opposite. So that really shaped me to how I look at men. Like, I really think it's so important for a man to like show his emotional side. Otherwise, it's just like, I cannot really connect, which is really hard. Like, I don't know. My dad is even like, hey guys, I'm going to the supermarket. Bye. Like, he would tell me everywhere where he goes. And I know, like, maybe like that's even like a small thing that I think is very important, which like guys maybe they don't really want to talk. And for me, it's so important because my dad is like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think it's very strong and my dad and I even made like a YouTube video together about fatherhood, talking about how it was for him to raise 3 girls.
Oh, sick.
And after that, I received so many messages from guys saying like, oh, like guys started to open up.
Yeah.
Which was very like nice, because I think it's also hard for a guy to like open up. I think easier for women. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why, but something in society.
Yeah, social norms and societies. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like me and my friends were pretty open to each other, and I feel confident like in every situation. Like so. I don't even care about people saying that I'm soft or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I know that probably the person's mother likes the fact that I'm open like that. It's very
you're gonna. I hope that with this album you're going to inspire a lot of
that's what I want to do.
To
definitely like
dare to open up more,
because I used everyone has. Especially as a guy, not like everyone, but like guys, they don't really have the space where they can air out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you should go on the internet and air out, but
it's important to talk.
It's definitely important to talk, and I'm just showing people that, I couldn't as well. In the past I couldn't really talk about stuff, but I managed to work on myself, and now I'm able. Well, I'm still working on it. So that's what I really want to show and reflect to the young kid in maybe in Gein or in Zuidoost.
So what advice would you give the young kid in Gein?
Yeah.
Does everything still? It doesn't exist anymore.
Exist, no.
So, what advice would you give a young kid that is now starting his own music, and also like the way you started with SoundCloud? He's probably now on Spotify, pushing his songs.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to that young boy? Young artist.
Yeah, young artist. Always believe in yourself. Like. It sounds so cliche and corny, but there are a lot of people who are gonna say that why are you doing this? It's a shame. You're making a fool out of yourself.
You're not gonna make money.
Exactly, you're gonna get all the shitload on your head, but you still have to believe in yourself in a way that no one realizes why you believe, because you should see where you're going. If you can see yourself already in the Ziggo Dome, because you've saw it in your head, it could be reality. As long as you can see it in your head, it can always be reality. It's all just based off how bad do you want it.
I agree.
So that's what I would like to say. And just follow your heart. Try to be as pure as possible.
Nice. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're not done yet.
Okay.
This is the last part.
Okay.
We have our own cards.
Yeah.
I designed these cards called stories.
Yeah.
These cards are actually like to have like inspirational, in-depth conversations.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you to take one card. There's a question. Read it out loud and answer the question.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Wow.
5 years, I'll be 30. Crazy.
25?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, in 5 years, I think I'll definitely have a kid.
Ooh, that's cute. Do you want a boy or a girl? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If it's twins, it's also good.
Yes.
But In 5 years, I would like to.
I like the fact that that's the first thing you said.
Yeah.
A kid. That means that it's like even if you would choose love or success, for instance.
Yeah.
Would you say love then? Because it just shows that you're like a family person.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I would really love to have a family the way me, my parents, my brother, my sister have our family, like being on the start of building this empire, empire together. I would like to see, I have a younger brother and a sister, to see them at the beginning of where their career should lead them to. I'd love to send my parents to Ghana, like to let them live there, just chill. I want to have I have this dream car.
What car? What car is it? I don't know anything about cars, but I'm just gonna ask.
I'd like to have this BMW. It's either a 4 Series or a 7 Series.
What does that mean?
So like the 7 Series is a big one which you need a driver for.
Okay. So you're gonna have a driver.
So I'm gonna have a driver, and then my girlfriend should probably by that time have this crazy position at her job, or maybe she's also doing her own thing. By that time my label should be the hottest label in the world.
Yes.
In 5 years, yeah, definitely. And I'll just be, I think I'll still be definitely be making music. Maybe the highest point in my career. Being involved in a lot of projects, trying to build projects in Africa as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll probably start doing a lot of projects in Africa, I think.
Nice. I'm looking forward to this. It's a lot, but it's all possible. It's not even a lot. No, actually, you said normal things that can definitely happen in the next 5 years. And if you're going to do business in Africa, don't forget about me. I'm gonna be there. So we're all going to Ghana to like start businesses. No, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah, this is one of the dopest podcasts.
Yeah.
I didn't knew that there was a camera even. No.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys did too. If you want to start a music career or whatever, Yung Nnelg, he is starting, like he has his own record label, so hit him up, right? Where can they find you? On Instagram?
You can find me on Instagram, Yung Nnelg.
Young with
YUNG_NELG.
Yeah.
Here.
Somewhere here. And Spotify or your record label, where can they find
Zes
it?
Nullen, ZES space NULLEN.
Which will be somewhere here.
We'll probably do a lot of projects. Yeah. And
yeah.
that's it.
No, okay, that's it. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye.